Welcome to Meet the Press Now. I'm Kristen Welker in Washington, where two of the most divisive and damaging political battles are colliding today, impeaching a sitting president and shutting down the government. Today, the House Oversight Committee held the first hearing in Republicans' impeachment inquiry into President Biden's alleged ties to his son's business dealings. Launching this impeachment inquiry was one of the demands from Republican hardliners, a group that Kevin McCarthy is trying to wrangle as the government is set to shut down in 2 days. In today's hearing, which is still going on, Republicans pushing largely unproven allegations against the president and Democrats responding.
Since assuming our Republican majority in January, the House Oversight and Accountability Committee has uncovered a mountain of evidence revealing how Joe Biden abused his public office for his family's financial gain. For years, President Biden has lied to the American people about his knowledge of and participation in his family's corrupt business schemes.
All right, so let's get it straight. We're 62 hours away from shutting down the government of the United States of America, and Republicans are launching an impeachment drive based on a long debunked and discredited lie. No foreign enemy has ever been able to shut down the government of the United States, but now MAGA Republicans are about to do just that.
Well, a really major moment came as one of the Republican witnesses appeared to undercut Republicans' claims that there's already a mountain of evidence to impeach the president. Take a look.
This is a question of an impeachment inquiry. It is not a vote on articles of impeachment. In fact, I do not believe that the current evidence would support articles of impeachment. That is something that an inquiry has to establish. What I don't understand is the opposition to the inquiry itself. It seems to me the test is, would the alleged conduct, if proven, establish impeachable offenses? And is there a credible basis for those allegations? I think the answer is clearly yes.
Now, this all comes as the government is set to shut down on Saturday night with no clear way out. Speaker McCarthy met with fellow Republicans this morning, urging them to pass a short-term spending bill and avoid being, quote, held hostage by the democratically controlled Senate. And amid Republican infighting over keeping the government open, President Biden is warning American principles are in jeopardy. With lagging poll numbers and with his Bidenomics messaging failing to break through, the president is pivoting, today condemning Donald Trump's so-called MAGA message as an extremist movement.
And there's something dangerous happening in America now. There's an extremist movement that does not share the basic beliefs in our democracy. The MAGA movement. Not every Republican, not even a majority of Republicans adhere to the MAGA extremist ideology. I know because I've been able to work with Republicans my whole career. But there's no question that today's Republican Party is driven and intimidated by MAGA Republican extremists. Their extreme agenda, if carried out, would fundamentally alter the institutions of American democracy as we know it.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.